Welcome to Strathearn Stories podcast. We're here in the studio today with Anna White from ScotlandShop. Anna, welcome to our studio.
Thank you for having me.
Anna, can you tell me a little bit about ScotlandShop?
Yeah, so ScotlandShop appeared on the High Street in Crieff in April 2024, and we took over what was House of Tartan, and we've kept very much the business as is. So it's still a tartan shop full of lots of lovely tartans made in Scotland, and all of the original staff are there. So we've kept that knowledge and community that already existed.
So you've got local staff in your Crieff shop then?
Yes. Yeah, and that was really important to us to keep that. But we also, there's more to us than the Crieff shop. We've got, our headquarters are based down in Duns, and that's been there for 23 years.
Wow.
And then we have a shop in Edinburgh and another one out in the States in New York.
And whereabouts is your shop in Edinburgh?
It's at the west end of Edinburgh, just at the west end of Princes Street.
Great. So one thing that people might be surprised to learn about tartan.
I think it's the amount of tartans. People come into the shop and they're just quite overwhelmed or amazed by how many tartans we have, because there are literally thousands of tartans.
It's not just one or two, is there?
No, and all registered with the Scottish Register of Tartans, and there's new ones designed every day, and we design tartans as well.
Them, yeah.
So I think the number of tartans, but also the each tartan you don't just have. So for example, I'm a McGregor, so you have a McGregor ancient, modern, weathered, hunting, there's dress tartans, there's so many variations even within one clan. So, and then you have your regional and district tartans, so there's lots and lots to explore, and every single one has a story and a history behind it.
So does Strathearn have its own tartan?
It does. There's a Strathearn Tartan, and there's also a Crieff Tartan.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So in our shops we have tartan thrones.
Yeah.
So it's a beautiful old style wooden throne, where you can have your picture taken. And down in Duns we have one in the Duns Pipe Band Tartan. In Crieff we've got the Crieff Tartan. It's upholstered in that. The one in Edinburgh is upholstered in the Edinburgh District Tartan.
I actually wore tartan to school in my high school days, and both of my girls wore tartan to school in their primary school days, because Crieff Primary designed their own tartan at school. The schools in Crieff, you've got Arvrick, they wear tartan. I know at Glenamon, they wear tartan, and Morrison's, they've got tartan as well. Not too sure about Crieff High.
I think they've designed their own
one.
Yes, I've spoken to some pupils there.
I think they've got a Crieff High pipe band, so I think that's maybe where the tartan came from there.
So I think those schools have it. That's kind of what tartan's about. It's about having an identity.
Yeah.
So those schools, those pupils have their identity through their uniform and through their tartan, and I think that's a lot of the history and behind it is all these different clans and families. They had their own tartan. That was how that was one of their ways of identifying themselves and being a community and a group together. So I think that's why tartan is so important and why it's continued to be important over the years, because it really gives people, even if it's just wearing tartan, to say I am Scottish. It's just a way of sharing who we are and our identity.
So you designed tartan.
Yes.
You designed a tartan that you're wearing around your neck at the moment as a scarf.
This is the Doddie Tartan, which was designed for the My Name is Doddie Foundation, which raises funds for MND.
Fantastic.
So yeah, we design tartans all the time, whether it's for a charity or a company or an individual getting married. A couple get married, sometimes they design their own tartans. But so yeah, it's a really fun process, and everything we design then is registered with the Scottish Register of Tartans, so it's it's unique to that that those people. But this one, is very much my favourite. I love a bit of colour, and Doddy was a very colourful man, so he had to have a very bright tartan. And we did this for him when he was diagnosed with MND, and so it's been a great fundraiser. And it's become the kind of icon of the charity, I suppose. It's become the brand really for that charity. So it's really cool to see it when you go to Murrayfield.
I know, it's throughout
the stadium. You can see Doddie Tartan.
Yeah.
So to know that we created that and that we supply lots of beautiful things in
There'll
it.
There'll be plenty of colours for at the Doddie Tartan this weekend, I'm sure, at the rugby, because that's it's starting.
Yeah.
So let's go back to the High Street. Your shop is open.
Yes.
When is your shop open?
So the shop in Crieff's open Monday to Saturday, 9 till 5. And then come Easter, we'll also open on a Sunday. And we do appointments, or you can just pop in and say hello. And it's very much, I would say, an experience coming into the shop. It's not just like your normal shopping. Because we've got a lovely comfy sofa, so you look at everything we've got, you can sit on the sofa, choose your tartan, hear all the stories behind it, look at the different variations. We always have, each month we have a clan of the month that we celebrate.
Oh, okay.
And we tell the stories of that clan and all their
Fantastic.
history and the castles they're linked to and the regions. So there's always a display for that in the shop as well. So we can help people if they don't know which tartan they could wear, then we can explore that with them. If you just want a tartan to match the colour for the wedding theme, then we go down that route. So it's really up to the individual. But it's a real kind of...
It's like a visitor experience.
Yeah,
it's
it
like
is
a visitor
really.
attraction.
It is. It's not
in a small
really like
town.
shopping. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
And that's why it's so important to have the team there, Nikki and Morag and Iona, who have such a depth of knowledge
Fantastic.
about the
That's
products and how they're made, and there's just so many stories to tell. So that's what they're there to share with everyone who
So
comes
you've just
in.
said how they're made. How is a kilt made?
Well, it's a long process, but you start off with the fabric, and that's what's so important is the quality of the fabric. And a kilt is a kind of interesting purchase in that you can have a lightweight 4-yard kilt, which starts from about £360, right up to your full heavyweight 16-ounce 8-yard kilt, which is more like £580. So you've got a kind of real range of prices there, but that's another thing to consider when you come in. Where are you going to wear it? How long do you want? If you get a 16-yard kilt, 16-ounce kilt, it's going to last forever. That fabric is pretty much indestructible, and that then becomes a bit of an heirloom. You can hand it down from family to family.
That's right, yeah.
So that's why I think as a piece, it's a really unique item because you'll probably keep it forever. People get it when they're 21 and then wear it forever if they can still get into it.
And then get handed down the generations.
Yeah, but that's what's so nice about it. And you don't just buy a kilt, you then have all the accessories to go with it. Every accessory has a story and a bit of history, and why do you have a ski and do, and what does that mean? And so it's a really interesting thing to buy.
You sell the full package as kilts, or you can buy individual items in the shop, so people can come in off the street and buy a sporran or a ski and do.
Absolutely. Fantastic. And often people buy the kilt to start with. That's the base of your outfit, and then you can add all the different bits, or your family can buy you all the different bits to go with it, because there's so many accessories.
It's good to know you can do that in a little town. You can pop in and buy a nice gift for somebody.
And even you change up your kilt jacket. So traditionally you maybe wore an Argyle or a Prince Charlie black jacket, but now there's loads of lovely tweed jackets, and we can we custom make as well, so you can choose whatever you like, and it just means you can really change up your kilt if you want to. What
is your favourite tartan, Anna? Do you have a favourite tartan?
Oh well, I think this Doddy one is one of my real favourites. I do love that, like the Crieff tartan has some beautiful kind of autumnal more like oranges in it, and I love a bit of orange. So yeah, every day I change my mind. There's just so many. But I think maybe the weathered tartans I love. Like it's a McLean of Dewart weathered, and it's almost pinky.
Oh, nice.
It just looks like you've left it outside all winter, and the colours have faded. There's some beautiful tones in the weathered tartans.
For somebody buying their first kilt, what advice would you give them?
I think it's to take plenty of time to choose and to think about what you want, and think of it as that kind of lifetime purchase. So come in and spend lots of time with us, and you're not maybe going to necessarily decide on your first visit because there's lots to think about. And I think people often are quite surprised by how much there is to think about. But just come in and learn all the different things. So what I was saying before about different yardage and weights of cloth, and so you can then, if you're in the shop and you can feel all those different weights and see what they look like and feel like, and it makes a big difference.
You also do online sales as well with your shop in America.
Well, we have so many customers all over the world. So we have lots and lots of, we do video calls as well with some of these customers so that we can talk them through the different
always a way.
options. So yeah, that's really fun actually. They're often in their house having a glass of wine, nice and relaxed. So we can go through, and we frequently get the whole family coming in to, oh, what's that, and can I see that, and go through how to measure and all the different fabrics and tartans and things.
And it's New York your shop is in.
Yeah, well,
America.
it's in the city's Albany, so the capital of New York State. So yeah, north of New York. So
and do you get over to visit often?
yeah, sometimes, yes.
Nice.
Not as often as I would like.
And the links between the tartan shop in America and the tartan shop in Crieff, have there been any established links? Have you had any visitors over to the Crieff shop?
Oh, yeah. Yes, absolutely. And that's what's so interesting, because we had lots of customers in the States, which is what prompted us to open that shop there. And we do a lot of events out there. We do New York City Tartan Week. We do lots of Highland Games, and the area where we're in has its own Highland Games, and there's lots in the district around. But also, you discover that, people have been in that Albany shop, and then they come and they visit Crieff. So that's a really good way to bring visitors to Crieff. And then it's quite funny. Sometimes you'll have a customer in the Crieff shop who says, oh, yeah, I'm from Albany. And you're like, well, you do realise we have a shop there? And they maybe didn't realise.
No,
because it's, America's huge. People just don't realise. So it kind of goes both ways.
Yeah, I know one of my really good friends from Australia, Barbara O'Neill, she visited your shop on a couple of occasions to get bespoke pieces. And she actually speaks about ScotlandShop in her lectures. She'll tell people where she got her outfit because it's woolen.
Yeah.
And that's a big thing for her. She likes to wear nice natural fibres. So,
well, and that's a big thing now. You don't want fast fashion, you want slow fashion, you want sustainable product, and everything we do is made from wool. It's all made here in Scotland. So it's
like a big thing just now, sustainability.
It's really important. And that it's a beautiful fibre, it's natural, it breathes, it's comfortable to wear. And I think often there's that thought of, wool, it's going to be scratchy and horrible, whereas actually you touch it and you go, it's actually really nice. So again, that's why it's lovely having people in the shop.
I don't think I've ever felt a kilt. I will need to come up. But you also do activities up in the shop. Did I not see something about?
Yeah, well, we do. So we do our great kilt demonstrations.
That's the one.
Yes, good fun. Yeah, always good fun. So you can come in, you can request a great kilt demonstration, or you can book to come and see one. So we give you the chance to wear a kilt like they were worn in the old days. And so we take 7-8 yards of cloth, and we pleat it, just hand pleat it, and then you use the belt to put it on and get all wrapped up, and we show you how you can wear it as a hood or down or as a plaid. So
and the people of the Strathearn community can all get involved in that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fantastic.
It's really good fun. It's a really fun thing.
So Anna, what does it feel like to be part of the Crieff and the Strathearn community?
I really like it because I come from the Scottish Borders, another small rural community. So very similar. It's completely different to Edinburgh. Edinburgh shop, it's got the footfall, it's got the tourists. It's kind of a completely different entity. Whereas I love Crieff because it is really like where I'm from in Duns. And I love the sense of community that comes along with that. And the great thing about, we've got staff who've worked in that shop for years. So they've got all the community connections, so it's not like coming in brand new. We wanted to retain that existing business and make it even better. And we really want to bring people to Crieff. So we want to bring visitors to Crieff. A lot of people come to us by appointment, so they come to us as a destination. They'll say, right, we're travelling north, let's go and visit your shop. So they'll actually come off the
because it is pretty
A9
central. Crieff, I know you've got to come off of the A9, but it is central. And then when you do get here, we've got a really good high street.
Yeah, well, and it's, you've got your brown signs, your Perthshire tourist route, so you just need to follow those and you come to Crieff. And that's where, for us, it's so important to work with other local businesses so that then people know if they come to Crieff for the day, then there's other things to do, there's other places to visit, there's, you've got the distillery, you've got places to stay, there's so many things you can do.
Nice coffee shops, nice shops, you've got nice walks in the area.
We kind of feel almost like we're a tourist advice centre too, because people come in and then they're like, oh, what else? Oh, well, and Nikki is amazing with her local knowledge of, and you can walk there and you could go for lunch there. And it's just that being so much more than being a shop. a signposter to other businesses as well. And hopefully those other businesses are doing that for us.
So Anna, it's not just kilts you do.
No, it's not. No, so much more than kilts. And I think that's where we're a little bit different as a tartan company to a lot of the others out there, because we do so much non-traditional as well. And we do so much, I don't know if it's because we're a female-owned business, but we do lots of women's wear. So we do beautiful dresses and skirts and stoles and sashes and lots of those lovely accessories. So it's not just about the kilt for us. And I think as well, it's that multi-generational thing where young people have become very interested in their heritage, and they want a sense of belonging, they want a sense of identity. So they're more interested probably than they used to be in having that little piece of their family heritage to wear or to own. And I think that for us has been a really kind of interesting shift in the market, and we see a lot of young people coming in who are genuinely interested in the story behind their tartan and their family, or they've gone and they've done their research. And research now on the internet is so easy. So they've done a whole load of research and they come in, they're like, oh, I've found all this stuff out, and can you help me fill in the gaps? And yeah, that's what's so interesting about the job every day. Someone different comes in with a different story.
So going back, you just mentioned the Doddie Foundation there again. You made his suits, didn't you?
Yes. Yeah. So that's how it all began. I have a personal connection with Doddy. He was a childhood friend and went to the pony club with me. So
fantastic.
So then he played rugby with my husband. So there was a really good link there. And then he obviously always wore his famous tartan suits. So we made all of those suits for him. And as soon as he had the diagnosis, the MND diagnosis, he said, right, Anna, we need to make a tartan, and I want a really bright one.
The colours are just brilliant.
Yeah. Well, so we sat down, there's a story behind them, the yellow and blacks for Melrose Rugby Club where he played, the blue for the Saltire, there's a bit of black and white in there for Newcastle when he played there. So
fantastic.
He did want some red in for the Lions, but Emily, our tartan designer, drew the line. No, you're going to ruin it.
But that's the thing about tartan, it is a personal piece.
Yes, absolutely. And it has a story and there's a reason for the colours, and that's when you design a tartan, that's what's so fun. You can take, like we did the Royal Lyceum one for in Edinburgh, and that's all about the colour of the seats and the ceiling, the design of the ceiling in there. So things like that you can weave into the tartan, and it makes everything so personal. So
how can we find you, Anna?
Well, you can find us online, ScotlandShop.com, or you can find us on one of our shop locations, so Edinburgh, Crieff, Duns and Albany.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.